Hey, we're going to learn a tune called Susan Anna Gal that I just recorded on my most recent Lomax project recording. This song comes from the playing of Tommy Drayl, who's a really great old-time musician, fiddler, banjo player, singer from Mount Airy in Surrey County, North Carolina. And Alan Lomax, the great folklorist and field collector, went to go visit him, as many had for decades, to hear and hang out on the front porch listening to him play great old tunes, and this was a Tommy Drayl favorite. And basically what I tried to do is arrange the banjo part to match the fiddle as closely as possible. On the recording I played with Brittany Haas, and you've probably, I'm going to assume that you've either heard the recording or seen the video of us playing it together. So I'm going to just jump right into slowing it down part by part and phrase by phrase and talking a little bit as we go. So here's the A section. So again, it starts on an upbeat, so it's quite syncopated. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first thing I do is a double stop with my index and middle finger of the right hand as I slide, play the open first string. Slow down. It's almost all forward rolls in different combinations. Hammer on here. I use the fifth string as a transition and I make it a quarter note. So there's actually quite a lot of quarter notes and double stops and open strings, again trying to match how the fiddle phrases and syncopates it. Move, I go index, middle, thumb on the right hand. That's a basic move that I do often. Whenever I can use my thumb, I do it. So if I'm even playing melodic style and doing a whole bunch of things on the first and second string, I'll do it all with my thumb and middle if I can. Same thing here. Note that I land again on an upbeat, I play with my thumb. So there's the A section. Now we're going to play the B section, which is the instrumental break or variation that happens between the sung verses almost every time. Here's the bare melody. Then I obviously fill that in with rolls. So sometimes I actually will play the first bar, just straight up melody, no drones. Other times I'll actually play a forward roll, and you run into a little hiccup where you play across 4 notes, and then again, so with 3 fingers you're going to have to change what you do the second time through. So here's a roll that you can practice. Thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle. So the first time you're going to start with your thumb. After that, every time you get to the downbeat or the half note, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb. And with the slide, we practice that just on its own. Fuller sound then, but the melody is completely embedded within it. Then when you get to the C chord, you're going to actually open up your first string, so you're going to play the C note, and I'm talking as if we're in the key of G, even though we're in the key of A with a cable and the second fret. So you're going to play the root, the second, and then you're going to hammer into the third. So we have this. So again, all forward rolls. and I hammer on to the sixth. Quick pull off there. Slow that down for you one more time. On that D chord, rather than play the open G, which you sometimes hear, I like to play the low D. There's a little bit more gravity and works nicely if you're going to play it solo. And then the essential first half repeats again. Here I use a little bit of melodic style, but I actually really am only playing one note. And it still keeps the drive and syncopates the melody pretty much how the fiddle plays it. Index, thumb, with the middle playing a drum on the first string. So here's the second half. And then I basically play a series of variations. So I might improvise a few here, and then we can talk about little things that I did, or you can just transcribe them, hopefully by ear. So here in the second half, instead of going, I went, just give the melody a little bit of a lift. And sometimes at the end I'll go up to an A note. There's any number of ways to do it. Another variation that I do in unison with the fiddle a lot of the times is usually later on in the tune, instead of going, I'll do a little walk down to the C chord. And there I'm literally playing the melody on the first string and droning on the fifth string. And it's really only those four notes. Once I'm into the hammer on, it can be the same. What I did here is actually how we end the song finally. So we have a pull-off, and then I'm going to bounce between my middle and thumb here. And I have to do a little move with my right hand because once again we play across four strings with only three fingers. So here I'm going to go middle, thumb, index, thumb. There's various strategies for doing this, but this is a great one to practice. Middle, thumb, index, thumb. With a D chord. And in context with this final phrase of the tune, basically the ending that we play. Which you could also do as a double stop, or as a double stop ringing a unison and sliding into the fifth fret of the fourth string. So again, the ending. So now we're going to take a look at the up the neck version of the B section that I play, which I do a little differently every time, again depending on the tempo and how I want to phrase the melody at a particular time, but here's one way to play it. Those are pickup notes, by the way. That's the downbeat. Here it is, phrase by phrase. Something I like to do a lot where I bounce off the first string melody with my fifth string. I just practice going down the scale. 5, and it sounds a little bit old-timey. Again, you can refer to the accompanying tablature to get the exact details. Here it is one more time. Here's the whole thing slowed down one more time. There you have it, my arrangement of Tommy Jarrell's Susan and a Gal, collected, or at least filmed and recorded by Alan Lomax.